Hello, everybody, and welcome to our property mindset interview with Lee Roebeck. Hi, Lee, how are you?
Emma, all good, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic. I absolutely cannot wait each month for a catch up with Lee. He is somebody who's been so instrumental in changing literally so much in my life, from tiny things. And actually, I was laughing the other day. Before I met you, Lee, I'm not sure if I shared this story with you. I was terrified of the dark, like abnormally so. I couldn't, and it was a time thing. So after kind of 9 o'clock, if I had to walk to the car in the dark, I'd have to get one of the kids to come with me. It was
As a grown woman,
like
you're
a
reminding me of
grown.
my mother.
Yeah. Okay. And then I suddenly realized, after a couple of years of working with you, I suddenly realized, and now I have a massive walk from the house up to the car, along a hedge, we've got a long garden. And I often, like, I do B&I, don't I? So 5 o'clock in the morning, it's dark, it's cold. Don't even think about it. Couldn't believe it. So anyway, I digress far away from where we are today. But that is what would really be something very powerful in mindset. And I didn't even know that something that had been quite debilitating for me had changed in my time from working with Lee. So that's how powerful. If that one small thing was something that happened, imagine all the other things that can happen. So for me, property mindset is so key and so important. And you can do well, I think, in and around property, in and around life. But if you can add in that mindset element and really work daily on it, it is transforming. And that's what I found with Lee, how he's helped me. And that's why I feel so grateful that he comes on each month, or has done for a while, to talk through something that can really help us. And so, yeah, if you've got that chance, really sit down and listen to this. And today we're talking about the attitude of success. And actually, just even as a title, that might not be that clear to some people. So, Lee, before we kick off with that, please, anyone who perhaps doesn't know you, please give us an introduction to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from around the world. My name is Lee Roebeck, and I'm a mindset mentor for leaders. I help entrepreneurs, business people, professionals align their mindset for what it is that they're going after. Because often, you might set a big goal, or you've got some sort of ambition, but you lack the confidence, or you lack the presence or the habits, everything that you're going to require to become that man or woman. I help people grow into that. So I help them shift ideas that's buried deep inside of them. And I work with people all over the world, just like Emma. And these individuals are getting remarkable results because of the ideas that we teach.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And brilliant. So let's jump straight into this. The attitude of success. I mean, how does that work? I mean, I can understand, I know what a good attitude is, and I know what being successful is, and especially in property. I mean, we were just sharing a moment ago. I'm very excited. I'm just about to complete on a really big property purchase. And I was saying literally last Thursday, so less than a week ago, I'd literally, in my head, I'd said, that's it. I'm going to get a job, which is hilarious because clearly nobody would employ me. I said, that's it. I'm going to get a job. This is not going to work. But it was only a couple of, maybe 5 minutes I allowed myself to wallow in self-pity. And then I kind of picked myself up, and less than a week later, I mean, we're literally, it's all over the line, and it's all good. So yeah, I do understand that kind of attitude and success. But yeah, just to explain a little bit more about that, Lee, for us.
So you always have a choice, right? Attitude is all about perception, and I'll explain what attitude, what I thought it was, and what I've come to realize that it really is. Um, Attitude is your perception. Like, you can see a problem in that experience last week, right, Emma? Or you can catch yourself after those 5 minutes and you say, this is part of the process. This is just another hurdle. This is a challenge, but there's growth here. If I overcome this, there's growth involved. So it's all about perception. But in terms of, setting this up, what attitude really is, I used to think that attitude was, someone's just upbeat. They're always smiling, or they're always trying to make things happen. I just thought that was someone who had a positive attitude. Like, that was the attitude of someone who was successful. But I've since changed my mind as I've studied deeper into attitude. Earl Nightingale, who's known as the Dean of Personal Development, in fact, he started the personal development industry in the recorded fashion. I think it was in 1960 or 61, with the strangest secret record. And he said attitude is the magic word. And it really is. When you understand it, it is the magic word, because attitude is not simply you're always smiling, you're upbeat, got a spring in your step. You've got an attitude to everything. Like, you've got an attitude to what we're speaking about right here, right now. You've got an attitude to the way you started your day. You've got an attitude to your kids, right, Emma? You've got different attitudes to each of them. You've got an attitude to whether you're going to make a sale today or not. You've got an attitude to how you dress. You've got attitude is all encompassing. But then we've got to go one step further, and I'll bring a slide up here in a short moment. I want to actually show you on with a visual representation. I want to show you what attitude is. But when we really break it down, attitude is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So attitude is not just your thoughts, or it's not just your feelings, or not just your actions. It's a composite. So when all three of those things are brought together, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, and it's congruent, that is what attitude is. So you've got thoughts, feelings, and actions towards what we're talking about right now. You might say, this makes sense, this is intriguing, I want to listen to this. Or you could have different thoughts and different feelings around what we're discussing, right, Emma? But it's everything about you, and it's one of those things that we've really got to check. Like, we've really got to own our attitude. I mean, I work on this all the time, and I don't know if I've quite mastered it, but I mean, I'm better at it. I just like you, Emma, I catch myself when I find my attitude going down the wrong track. But I mean, we obviously don't always get it right. But I think we got to start out with understanding what attitude is before we can really develop an attitude of a successful person, the attitude of success.
This was mind-blowing to me when you really started to explain this to me, and I started to understand it. Because equally, like, all my life, people have said, oh, you've got a really positive attitude, haven't you? Because I'm pretty smiley, and generally, I'm polite, and I'm quite bubbly. I've got a bit of energy. But I could not understand, I did a lot of kind of self-development, and it was all like, have a positive attitude. And I thought, I've got a blooming positive attitude, but I'm still not getting the success that I wanted. And when you broke it down into thoughts, feelings, and actions, I was able to really layer that up. So I just remember, for instance, going into letting agents when I very first got into property. Okay. So my actions were, I walked in and I was smiley. There were a lot of feelings. I was pretty nervous, kind of felt a bit sick. But I'd also done a lot of action. So I'd prepared things. I had some leaflets with me, which were hilarious when I look back on them. They were so, I couldn't even imagine. But, I'd worked really hard. So lots and lots of action. and lots of feelings. So I was scared, nervous, you know. But then my thoughts were all about, they're never going to take me seriously. They're never going to rent a property to me. What on earth do they think of me? I think I'm probably wearing the wrong clothes. I think they're going to think I've got no money because I've got the letting agent. In fact, I have no money. That's why they're going to think I've got no. And literally this montage of kind of thoughts were going through. And it was at that point when you pointed it out to me that suddenly I was able to see, when you break it down into thoughts, feelings and actions, you actually got something to work on. Because I didn't think I had anything to work on before. I had what was perceived as a positive attitude. And so that was absolutely huge to find that. And you see that as well. I actually had a mentee the other day who went all the way to a networking event and then didn't go in because she was so worried. And I completely understand her. It was a huge event. And she did do something positive with it. She went to a local bar and she did some journaling and all of that. So, you know, it was a good thing. And now she feels really confident next time. But you can just see how these kind of thoughts and feelings can really affect what you do. So, yeah, I mean, it is a tremendous thing to be able to have somebody like yourself explaining how you can make those changes.